Lieutenant Colonel Todd DeLong, United States Army, retired, accompanied by his wife and caregiver Nanette and his daughter Megan. Captain Enid Brackett, United States Navy, retired. Senior Chief Petty Officer Clifford Brown, United States Navy, retired. Staff Sergeant Milo Bunce, United States Army, retired. Sergeant Darius Bird, United States Army, retired. Specialist Tiffany Doherty, United States Army, retired. Petty Officer 3rd Class Jacob Duvall, United States Navy. Captain Justice Estes, United States Air Force. Staff Sergeant Derek Fox, United States Air Force, retired. Sergeant First Class Jaime Franco, United States Army. Sergeant First Class Susan Gallia, United States Army, retired. Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Gibson, United States Air Force. Sergeant Jada Lassiter, United States Army, National Guard. Senior Master Sergeant Roger Mortiz, United States Air Force. Senior Master Sergeant Jelani Nixon, United States Air Force. Staff Sergeant Gloria Oruela, United States Marine Corps, retired. Sergeant First Class Samantha Perez, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Japri Rett, United States Marine Corps. Technical Sergeant Christopher Sarpy, United States Space Force. Specialist Sherry Smith, United States Army, retired. Chief Petty Officer David Torres, United States Navy, retired. Senior Airman James Van Duzer, United States Air Force. Petty Officer First Class Tariq Whitaker, United States Navy. Petty Officer First Class Josue Milan, United States Navy, retired. Sergeant Jimmy Ochan, United States Marine Corps, retired. First Lieutenant Tyshawn Jenkins, United States Air National Guard. Distinguished guests, the First Lady of the United States, accompanied by Chief Petty Officer Sharona Young, United States Navy, retired. Distinguished guests, please stand if you are able as the President's own United States Marine Band honors America with the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets over, the bombs bursting in, keep through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
In 2013, my life changed. I experienced the happiest, saddest day of my life. First, I was promoted to Chief Petty Officer in the U.S. Navy. I was super excited and so proud of such a huge accomplishment, something that I've worked for many years, and it finally happened. But that same day, I was diagnosed with an incurable autoimmune disease, multiple sclerosis. You may know it as MS for short. I was beyond devastated. I was terrified. I was confused. And my initial thoughts was that I was dying. The next few months were a nightmare. MS took my career, my mobility, my motivation to go on. I felt like it was taking my life. I didn't know how I was going to go on, but I knew I had to go on because I had a young daughter at the time and I knew she needed me. Eventually, I started to reach out for help. One of the events that had the greatest impact for me was Soldier Ride, just like the event we're here for today. It was the first time in a while I felt comfortable, that I felt like I belonged. Movement is medicine for everybody, whether you're able-bodied or not. Adaptive sports are my medicine, my way to continue moving. I find that it helps me manage my mental and physical symptoms. Thanks to movement, I've kept MS at bay. I've done amazing things. I've traveled to amazing places. And I've gotten to watch my little girl grow into a young woman. I am so grateful for the continued support my family and I receive from Wounded Warrior Project. I'm grateful for the support the community provides veterans and their families. I want to thank President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden for their unwavering commitment to veterans and their families. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce the First Lady of the United States and the driving force behind the Joining Forces Initiative, Dr. Jill Biden.
Thank you, Sharona. You know, this is her first time public speaking. Didn't you do an amazing job? You know, it takes incredible courage to not only heal, but to also share your journey so that others can heal too. It's that same bravery you called on when you chose to put on the uniform and protect others. Thank you and your daughter for your service. Every time the President's Own play, you fill the hearts of all who hear you with pride. And today is no different. Let's give the Marine Band another round of applause for that incredible rendition of our national anthem. Thank you. Warriors never ride alone. That's the promise of the Wounded Warrior Project. And as you can see today, it's true. Because this isn't a race, it's a ride. It's not about how fast you go or leaving people in your dust. It's about riding as one. And there's a magic when you come together. In every look, laugh, encouraging word, or maybe a smile, you pull each other through the pedals, the miles, the days. Recovery isn't a race either. You don't succeed by going faster. Some days you may feel like you're not even moving at all. There are challenges that never seem to go away. But warriors find a way forward together. Because healing is not a straight line. It's a journey that continues. And at some point, maybe today, you look back and realize just how far you've come. And it's not just you. Besides the riders here, there are families. You, the military spouses and kids, may not have worn a uniform, but you serve our country too. Yes, let's give them a round of applause. Missions may end, wars may come to a close, but the sacrifices that your families make endure. The Bidens are a military family. My father was a Navy signalman in World War II, and our son Major Bo Biden, served for a year in Iraq as part of the Delaware Army National Guard. So as a military mom and as your First Lady, I want to let you know how much all of you mean to me and to your Commander-in-Chief, President Biden. The United States doesn't demand military service of our citizens. You step forward. Everyday heroes who sacrifice your own safety willingly and proudly so that others can be free. You represent the best of this country. And you and your families deserve nothing less than our unconditional respect and support. And that's what joining forces, my White House initiative to support military and veteran families, caregivers, and survivors is all about. And so many of you have been with us since the beginning, and you've become old friends. So it's great to see all of you. Thank you for your ideas, your hard work, and your collaboration. It's what has allowed us to make so much progress over the last 3 years. An historic executive order that expands veterans' access to high-quality home-based care, which Joe signed last year. He got the PACT Act done, which means more benefits and health care for veterans harmed by toxins. His administration is investing a record amount in free mental health services for veterans. He's removing barriers. Yes, we'll say thank you for that. He's removing barriers for unemployment for military spouses and pushing the private sector to hire veterans and military spouses. And he's working to end veteran homelessness and prevent veteran suicide. My husband often says that we have many obligations as a nation, but only one sacred obligation: to support you and your families when we send you into harm's way and when you return. As president and as a military dad, he never loses sight of that conviction. And that's why he's working tirelessly to make sure that you and your families have what you need to thrive. Today and every day, we ride with you, your president, your nation, and all of us here. With all of my heart, thank you for your service and sacrifice. May God bless our military and veteran families, caregivers, and survivors. Now, it's the big event. It's time to begin your ride.